So AI is going to bring lots more. 65 million jobs will be lost, but 91 million will be brought back in.
So don't be afraid of AI. Embrace it.
Hi there. Good morning, or good afternoon, or wherever you are, in the car or in the office. This is Vinney Chopra. Thanks for following me and making our podcast number four in syndication world. What, Vinney? What are you doing? So that's what I asked you. Please give me great reviews, 5-star reviews, like this episode and others. And we'll see you in this episode. You're going to love a great guest of mine, Tony, brother Tony DeRusso, very well-known personality in USA, is here with me in the studio, and he's the best-selling author, top podcast host with 100 million.
Just 50, but thank you. 50.
Oh, 50, okay. Well, it'll be 100 soon.
Tomorrow, next week, by February,
yes,
give or take, it'll be 100 million.
Oh, I love it. Tony is the host of the Tony DeRusso Show, a globally ranked podcast that hit #1 on Chartable worldwide right there in 2024 with 50 million. You're right. I'm just double. I always double. My wife says,
you're generous. That's
double.
Why people... Vinney, that's why people invest with you, because you're so generous. Instead of 50 million, now it's 100 million. It's just, the returns are off the hook.
Including, you have interviewed Jack Canfield, Wesley Snipes, Kevin Harrington, and more. And I'm just so privileged to have you, Tony, on the show.
I just had Mr. Starbucks on a couple months ago.
Did you? Oh my gosh.
He took Starbucks from 28 stores to 15,000 international.
1,000 stores. That's right. Oh my God. Fabulous. We are in for a big treat, guys. So listen up. This is going to blow you away. What Brother Tony is going to share with us, his great hacks and nuggets. And he also just wrote a book also. I'm of the Atlantis, the big. And if you don't mind, I would love to show everybody also right there in the video, because we are doing the video. So this is going to be on YouTube and everywhere. This is this one right there. Let me see if I could make it a little bigger, brother, or you might even have a copy to show everybody right there. There we go. You want to take it away from there, Tony, brother? Yeah.
Sure. I've written not maybe 10 books, maybe less than 10 books. I have to count, but five have made the bestseller list. And
awesome.
My books are normally nonfiction. In other words, they're serious. They're sales. They're being a CEO. They're about marketing. But this Bitten is a fiction series that I wrote with a co-author. So I have a partner on this. We came out with a really good story. It's right now 3 of the books are released. There's going to be up to 9 books in the series. It's the Island of Atlantis. And it's just a fiction. I've done the 80, 90, 100 hours a week. I've done the 24/7 a day. I've done 4 days without sleep. I've done the entrepreneur and working in corporate America. I've been there, done that. I know what it's like to work and never get stuff done and just keep working. And what happened with this and why there's a fiction, just a little interlude on that, is you got to take a break sometimes. You just can't. You think you can. You tell the people who work for you to keep working forever, but you really got to take that break. You got to eat your food sometimes, drink some water sometimes, and sleep sometimes.
Yep.
So this book was just to be a little short respite, a little rest, a little take a break, entrepreneur, business owner, take a break, enjoy a nice read, put your mind on something else. It relaxes and fortifies you for when you go back to work. And so I looked at that and I thought, this would be great for the business world. Have something, take them away. Because what's a business person normally read? They'll read a business book. but you got to take that break. And that's the key message on this book. And it's a really good story. People love
I
it.
love it. I love it. Storytelling is the best way to learn. That's the beauty of it. I know we recollect, we think, we get into the system, and you say, that's me, or that's some person I know. And that's the best way to learn everything. So let me just take you, your journey. Kind of share with us your journey, your humble beginnings, and how you got, you're in very close to me right here in north side of California.
I'm
So
north of you in
take,
California. Believe it or
yeah.
not, I was born in Italy. I don't have the Italian accent because I grew up
Mhm.
in Chicago from 3 years old up. So I have that Chicago accent sometimes. And I've been in Los Angeles pretty much my entire adult life, which I am in California now. And I just love,
Yes.
I love the Golden State. But yeah, I'm Italian and just like you came here with figuring out what immigrant parents, a dollar.
Yes.
Let me tell you, a, you think a dollar is valuable back then? 5 cents was valuable, 5 pennies. My
Five
father
pennies.
would
Yes.
take a bus to work. And then from the way it worked then, it might be different now. There's connecting buses, but you got to pay 5 pennies for what's called a
Yes.
transfer to take a connecting bus. He wouldn't pay that 5 pennies to walk another 3 more miles to
Oh,
work
wow.
to save that
Wow.
5 pennies a day. That's 25 pennies a week. This is the life I grew up in. Being a paper route boy for 10 years, and for 10 years, giving my parents all the money from the paper route to pay for my school and my books and stuff. This was the life I grew up in. And
Oh
so,
my
so when
gosh.
I say I know the value of a dollar, I'm really serious. I understand what it takes to make a dollar. And that's been my core. I've so just and I know you came here with $7 in your pocket.
$7. Yes. Yes.
I came with nothing in my pocket.
See, look at that. Look at that. Anybody, I really believe that having the gumption to be able to, who wants to work hard, just like you said, 72 hours, constant working. In my case, I sold books and encyclopedias and Bibles door to door, 13 hours only a day. That was not too bad. 8 hours is a regular day, but 13 hours, 80 hours a week. But you're right. If you have the determination, and you have the gumption and you have burned the bridge. That's the other thing. Maybe we should discuss today how people become successful is by burning the bridge. Because if you have the bridge intact, and if I'm a failure here, I could go back over there, then life is different because you are always looking for a parachute from the plane to save your life and you go back. You never go ahead. You go ahead when you burn the bridge and there is no turning back. You're living your life with no fear.
There's a lot I can say about that. One of the key things for your audience as well to know is I've interviewed millionaires, billionaires, and people at the top of their category for
Yes.
over a decade, hundreds and hundreds of interviews. And I can tell you
Yes.
very clearly, only one person in that entire, not quite 1,000 interviews that I've done, only one
Yeah.
person had his life handed to him where his parents had money and connections
Yeah.
and moved him up. Everyone else had to work very hard for it.
Hard.
And
Totally.
so that's just to let your audience know, it's not, oh, some people seem lucky. We look good, we may smell good. You see us, hey, here we are. Look at this person, so successful. But when you learn
Yeah.
their backstory, it's quite something. And it comes from wanting that, having that vision and wanting to go forward no matter what. And that's stronger than anything else. And you talk about burning bridges. We don't want to burn the bridge because burning bridges, one definition, the main definition is of you've wrecked a relationship so bad you can never ever go and work with that relationship again. That's
No,
that's
I
one
didn't mean
definition
that.
of
I
burning the bridge.
apologize.
No,
No,
that's
no,
okay.
I
But the other
apologize.
the other
What I
thing is
meant was you.
burning the midnight oil and hustling. I think that's right. That's what you're talking about.
No, what I was talking about, sorry, I miscommunicated it. It's not relationships are the gold. You want to draw upon your past and learn from the past. What I meant burning bridges means if you come from this island to this island and you want to be successful in this island, you leave the bridge so that there is no parachute back. That's what I
Okay,
meant.
I
Not
understand
that
that. Yeah,
yeah, you don't want to go back who you were before. Or see,
you're
sometimes
right.
people
You're right.
say, I'm
I'll
going to
never.
try something.
I'll tell you this. I'll never go back to Chicago and be a paper route boy again.
Me too. I will never go back and sell in cutoffs all these books and encyclopedias, but
You're
it'll
talking
be
about not
so
going
much.
back, going forward, and
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
not resting, not saying, "Oh, I've done it. I'm great. I'm making $5 an hour. Woohoo! I'm good.
Yes.
I'm set." There's a level
Yeah.
where people are content, and this
Yeah.
happens in religious philosophies as well, which is something I study as I wouldn't say a hobby, a passion, as I study religions, where
Yes.
some people, Eastern philosophies as well, they'll study a religion to get to a certain level. And they're at this
Mhm.
level and they're like, wow, I made it. I'm good. They don't want to go forward. They don't see ahead. So it even happens in things like that, where when you've attained some ability or some result, it's a matter of
Mhm.
going the next step, going further. And that's your drive. That's the drive that Vinney Chopra has, whether it just oozes out. Is you have this insatiable desire to build, to keep building.
Thank you. Thank you. And I always say that age is a number. It's merely a number. I know you and I are about the same age, or you're younger than me. The key thing is we got to always be striving for excellence till we die. Till we die. My grandfather, I might have mentioned it when we talked, 94 years of age when he passed away. He was driving car at 92 in the traffic of New Delhi. The key thing was I have a friend of mine, he's 86 and he looks 66 right now because he's mentally challenged. He's so excited, he's so passionate about supporting and helping people and everything, which what you do and I do. So let me ask you a question. What's the vision map you mentioned, trademarked vision map? Could you share how this time of the first week of 2026, how can anybody put together a vision map?
I think it's the most critical piece of information or a device, a
Mhm.
contrivance that anybody
Mhm.
could have to get anywhere at all, and to give a good definition or understanding. I developed a vision map when I started my
Mhm.
podcasting. I didn't know podcasting. I was never on radio before. I wasn't a
Mhm.
speaker before. I never wrote a book before. I didn't know anybody that was rich and famous. I didn't know nothing. And you go, Tony,
Yep.
what were you thinking? There's a whole story, and I can give you a whole backstory, but I developed a map.
Sure.
And what this is, a map, we're talking MAP. And the best way is to give you an understanding is vacation. That's right, vacation. You're going to go to, let's make it up, Mount Rushmore. All right, everybody, hop in the car. Wife, kids,
Yep.
dog, everybody, take your parents, your
Mhm.
friends. We're going in the car. Where are we going? Let's go to Mount Rushmore. Great. Where is it? Now, for this analogy, there's no computer, there's no phones, there's no nothing. Where is it?
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah.
down this street. Let's go down this street. Let's go down this street. Let's go down
Yeah.
this way. I know it's east of us. Let's go this way. You're not going to find Mount Rushmore easily
No.
without a
No.
map, without an MAP. And you're all thinking, Tony, what is this conversation? Tony, we all know this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you know this? Do you really know this? Because for your business, for your life, for your relationships, you need this guidance. And if you don't,
Yes.
there's people out
Yeah.
there. There's people out there, they're living on the streets, unfortunately. There's people out there, they don't have food. Their
So true.
kids are in the hospital, or their kids need to go to a doctor. They don't have the money to pay for it. There's all
Yes.
sorts of people in disarray, let's just use that word
Totally.
kindly,
Totally.
and they need help.
Yeah.
They've never put their life together or
Yeah.
worked it out or figured out, where am I going? Now, I know a guy named Vinney. He knows where he's going. He's got it. He's got it all figured out. If you didn't have that vision, you would have
Yeah.
never be sitting in that chair with me. You had a vision. Come on, Vinney. Tell the truth. We know
Yeah.
you did. And that's where you're at, is you're on that. So let me explain this. Now that I gave you the little commercial break, let me take you into a little bit. Now I've been to university. Okay, I've been to school, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But they never had this sort of understanding. When I went into podcasting, like I said just earlier, what was I thinking? I didn't know
Yeah.
anybody. I didn't know anything. Tony, what are you doing going podcasting? I My first guess that I wanted to put on, I didn't even put him on, that I was saying maybe I should podcast. Gosh, I don't know. I found somebody and he said, you should read this book by Jordan Adler called Beach Money. And I read it.
Mm,
And chapter 3, I think, I could be wrong at that time. The book's been revised a few times. Chapter 3 talks about his life up to chapter 2, his life is a failure. Failure. So
mm,
he goes to the park, I think in chapter 3, to wallow in his sorrow, just to like hope, woe is me. And he gets out a pen and paper and he writes out his future. What does
mm.
he see himself doing? Now, right there at that point, some of you in the audience may raise your hand. You go, oh, I know that's vision casting. And I'll say,
Yeah.
yes. Jim Carrey, Arnold Palmer, Chuck Norris, and Bruce Lee, 4 names I called.
Good name.
I will bet you everybody listening has heard some of these names
Yep.
because they're famous, right? Because they used vision casting to create their
Mhm.
vision. Now, vision casting was just one part of it. But I could have a good vision and say, hey, I'm going to be the world's greatest karate star. Look at me. And yet I'm sitting on my couch every day watching movies, eating delicious potato chips or whatever. So
Mm.
there's other steps. Vinney knows these steps. Vinney doesn't just have a dream. I'm going to deal with billions in eight here. No, he got up and did something. The rest, there's steps involved. But let me explain, give you a little bit more on this. So Jordan Adler writes his vision, which I take what he wrote and expounded on it and really went more into vision casting in my material on the vision map. What it's like, I don't even know where the line is between what Jordan wrote and what I've developed. I don't even know anymore. But just figure it like being a child.
Mhm.
And a child likes to play. So your play is, what do you see yourself doing in the future? Oh,
Yeah.
I see myself podcasting. I'm talking to millionaires and billionaires. I'm writing books. I'm becoming a bestseller. What are you doing? I'm having fun. I'm dreaming this dream. Well, the vision casting, you go into the future and you turn around, you go, what did I accomplish? What am I doing? What did I do? So and then you write that out. I did this. It's all fit. I'm not in Jamaica playing games or drinking at the bar. I'm working towards my podcast. I've built the
Mm.
podcast vision around what it is I want to do. Now, that's just
Mhm.
one step. There's 8 steps, and that's where some people may not have been successful in creating a vision because there's other steps. And because I've
Yeah.
been to school and learned things or whatnot, I've taken everything from all the books. I've read a lot of books. I've taken everything I've ever learned and I've put together these 8 steps. If I take a pyramid and put it upside down, the top long, flat,
Mhm.
is the vision. It's
Yep.
it's what are you doing with the D? What am I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'll just give you just a couple. The step underneath,
Mhm.
which some of the most richest people in the world that you all know will argue on this. They'll say, Tony, that's wrong. I say the second step is your purpose, is who are you?
Mhm.
Why did you do it? What's your reason? And
Mhm.
even my good friend Vinney, his life shows that purpose was number 2 because he went
Yes.
after his vision. He just didn't sit
Mhm.
there and go, I'm a superstar. And you walk into a restaurant, I'm a superstar, but you've never done anything. So
Yeah.
being with the B as in
Yes.
boy, being isn't the first step, but people will argue with it. Let them argue. That's fine.
Mhm.
They're richer than me and they're allowed to argue, so that's fine. But it works if it's step number 2. It's your purpose. Who are you? And I'm going to give you an analogy, but it's not perfect, but it's the most beautiful concept. Your vehicle. Your vehicle
Mhm.
is like your vision. It's going to take you places. Okay? Going to take you to where you need to go. But there's just one thing, Vinny. Your vehicle needs gasoline.
Yes.
And purpose.
Nobody can drive. Yeah. Electric cars, you need the charge.
I got $150,000 car in my driveway. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. Everybody's, oh man, that's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
But there's no gasoline in it. Ah,
Yeah.
or
What good it is? No, it's not
what good
good.
is it? So that's why
Yeah.
it's step two. Do you buy the gasoline first, Vinny, or do you buy the vehicle first? You tell me, okay, this is a trick question. Okay, let's see. Should I buy the gas or should
Well,
I
no,
buy
the
that
dealership
car?
actually puts it. When I bring it from the dealer, they already put that gas in there.
What if they didn't put the gas in?
Yeah,
Now what?
it's gonna stay there. Yeah,
So when you go buy your car, did you go buy the gasoline or did you go buy the car first? You tell me which one came first. The car.
well, the car, definitely, definitely.
That's why
Yeah.
it's the first step on the vision map. It's your vision. It's your
Mhm.
car.
Yeah.
Okay. Step two, the people will argue, say, no, the gasoline is the most important. I say, great, go buy your gasoline and I'll meet you in Detroit without a vehicle. Huh? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you get the point.
Was
So,
yep.
so I worked out these steps. I will give you one more. There's 8 steps, and I give it away free. I've been
Mhm.
working on a book, and I never published it. I should have, but I just never did.
Sure.
If you go to TonyDurso.com, that's my name,
Yep. Do so.
TonyDurso.com. Get on my newsletter, and in the community resources is the vision map. It's there, all
Mm.
the 8 steps. But so I gave you step one, step two. This is a inverted pyramid.
Yep.
Vision, purpose, and the third step is your objective. Because what's your vision if you
Objectives.
don't have an objective? Arnold
Yeah.
Palmer, everyone's heard that name, famous in golf. Chuck Norris, famous in martial arts. Jim Carrey, famous in movies. They had an objective. They're just not like, I'm famous. You don't see people
Mhm.
running around going, I'm famous. What did you do? Nothing, just I'm famous. There's something you have to accomplish. Famous in movies, famous in books, famous in podcasting. My friend Vinney's famous in real estate. So it's an objective. You got to have that. So you see how these things start tying in. And
So true.
these aren't pie in the sky. These aren't something to
Mm-mm.
sit there and forget about, or oh yeah, okay, great. Now I'm going to go to the movies and go forget about what Tony said. No, because these are so important that when you start living it, start
Yes. So
breathing,
true.
then it just becomes your way of life. There's other steps, and it's these steps that take you all the way down to what am I doing today? What am I doing today that's going to help these other steps to accomplish my vision? Now,
Love it. Love it.
you heard, let's say the commercial. I'm not selling anything, it's free, but you heard the
No, no.
commercial. Well,
Dear friends, this is Vinney Chopra. You might have followed me over social media. I've authored all these books. Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It started with $7 up to $1 billion in apartment and how to raise money, everything. This is Spanish edition also is out there on Amazon now. Then my second book, which was Positivity Brings Profitability. Again, a big seller, international seller on Amazon, by the way. And then we have the third one, which is Senior Living Investing Made Easy, as I turned, 65 and so on. So that was the other one. Then my fourth book right here, Hospitality, just the world premiere is coming up April 23rd, but it's on Amazon right now also that you can get it. It took me 2 years to write it, and it's so exciting to put all these 5 books out there for my team, for my, investors, the people I teach, and so forth like that, so that they can get the maximum out of all these books as they're learning the business of investing in commercial real estate and all the things. And thank you so much for following and all those things. God bless you. If you need to get this for free, just go to chopra.com/free benefits and you can get them for free. Thank you.
as what came out of that, guys? 50 million listens of my podcast in over a decade, 5-time best-selling author, a music album that I just released. There are things, there are events, there are products coming out because
Mhm.
I adhered to all these things. I'm not the best. There's people who've done better, that do better, that go farther, which is fine. But if you adhere to these
Right.
points, you can get to where you need to be. Some people want more, some people want less. We talked about people that are unfortunate right now. They need that drive and that vision, and it's how much do you want to put in it? How much do you want to drive to get to where you want to go?
I love that. I love that, Tony. And what you're saying is so important. Every year, when we start the year, I always say we got to look at what happened last year and where is your vision? Did you accomplish what you wanted to do? If not, this is the perfect time, first week of January, second week of January, to sit down very quietly, very nicely after miracle morning, and then see what's the purpose. Why are we right here on the stage of life? How many more years we got left? We don't know. Nobody knows. But what can we do this year to serve people, serve clients, serve whatever where we are in? And be serving better as a husband, as a wife, or as brother and sister, and all those things, and uncle and aunt, all those. The roles we play, we got to live our life to the fullest. It should not be just one role that you excel at, but then the other role you are not doing well. So by looking into all those facets of life, wheel of life, I call it, wheel of life is the circle, and then it's got some spokes, yeah. And then each one is spoke where you could give yourself a number from 0 to 5. In the relationships, I'm at number 3. In financial, I'm number 4. In business, I'm so that way you can run your life with a dream, purpose, and just like you just talked about the vision map, right? It all jives it together to get those wheel of life in a circle so that we can move ahead. Because if it's not a circle, it'll be hard to move our life ahead.
It's
It's
so true.
interesting.
It's really tough. And back then, when you and I were growing up and kids, we
Mhm.
had odds against us. We had different world. We didn't have phones.
Totally, totally.
We had just different issues. Today it's different issues today. We have our
Yep.
we have our computer, but the competition is crazy, and the amount of
See,
so
yep,
so we all have our challenges.
yeah.
And it's a matter of, from my point of view, for me, not necessarily for who's listening, is where are you comfortable at? I talked about this, is how much are you comfortable at? How much do you want? What are you willing to go for? What's your passion? And I've no disrespect to anybody that has money or is wealthy.
Mhm.
That's who I interview on my show for 11 years. But
Yep.
there's a point where you draw the line and enough is enough. For example, there's a point where I'm not interested in having more money. It's not important. I've got all that I need. I've got everything I need. I've got all the food I can eat. I can do whatever. More money
Yes.
doesn't help me, but
Correct.
put into some use to do something that can help others. That's got my interest. But
Yeah.
so
I
so
like
you've
it.
got to have that kind of worked out in your life. Growing up today may be different. I didn't grow up today, but I grew up way back in the day where people would say, "Boy, I would love to be a millionaire." It was the end
Mhm.
all. People back then, it was like, that would be, my life would be complete. It would be wonderful. I'm a millionaire. Wow. It was such a dream back then. We have
Mhm.
more millionaires than ever. And apparently, from what I'm reading, more
Yeah.
people disgruntled and unhappy with mental issues than ever. So that $1 million that we grew up as a kid saying, I want to be a millionaire, that's my life
Million.
goal. It wasn't the life goal. It didn't bring us the happiness that we want. And
Yes.
that's why I
So
say
true.
there's got to be this line. I know there's people here. Please just stick with us on this
Yeah.
because there's some
I
people.
love
I've
it.
got $44 billion in the bank, all cash, and I need more money. So please don't argue with me. That's great. You got your 44 billion, and I know people that do very well. But there's got to be
Totally.
a point where what are you going to do with it? You're going to eat all that? Are
That's
you
it.
that
Yeah.
hungry? How much food can you eat? How many shoes can you have? So there's got to be a limit. And
I
then
love that.
and then
Love
there's got
that.
to be a point where I want to help others. You can keep it going. Help
That's the
others. There's people
key.
that are unfortunate. They need that help. Let me ask you this
Totally.
question. Did you ever get anybody ever once, even once to help you? And that includes your parents. If
Yes.
you came from
Totally.
money and they gave you money, then you got help. And
Yep.
I'm gonna answer that right now. Everybody needs help. Everybody needed help
Everybody.
to get somewhere. So
Yep.
it's impossible that you just grew up by yourself, living in the dirt, and became a bazillionaire. It doesn't happen. People help people. So you get to a point where you have enough, help others. Pay it
Yeah.
forward is
I
what it's
love
called.
it.
It
Pay it forward.
really makes you
Yes.
feel good inside.
Exactly. So true. So very true. Philanthropists and everybody who gives million, 2 million, 10 million, billion, or $100. I just say that $50 or just a $20 bill to the waitress who's really at your table serving. Just putting that $20 in their front, that's a lot. Or going through the toll booths. We have now scanners and all that. It used to be fun to just pay for the 5 cars behind you. You just give the toll. Any kind of good thing which can help others to brighten their day. And
Yeah,
it's self-satisfaction. That's the
yeah,
beauty of it. When we
yeah.
help other people, we help ourselves
We do.
mentally,
We
physically,
do. We do.
everything. We feel good that we did something good in the humanity. I do want to ask you this. Yeah, you had asked, tell me in your sheet, what was one habit that really blocked your success for years? And I think
Uh,
everybody I meet and everybody I know, they have had in their life so many different blockages, right? Some habits that kill them, kill their success, kill their passion, kill their. So, what was one yours? Tell us, please.
it may not be the habit, but it was
Mm.
the first thing that comes up to my mind is probably because of that immigrant story and the way I grew up and gave all the
Yeah.
money to my parents. Probably when I worked in corporate America, as I call it, for 3 decades, I worked for
Yes.
corporate America. When I worked for a boss, I poured my life into it. I worked
Yeah.
hard. I put the hours, I put the time. I pretended I worked like it was my business.
Yes.
And I made a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of money. A lot.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I really did, which is fine because that's why you're paid, right? Yeah.
Totally. Yes.
And I consider I considered it in that it blocked my success because I never worried about my just my business, my empire, my
Yes.
what if you want to call it an
Yes.
empire, may not be the best word,
Totally.
but
Totally.
so I wasn't known for anything. I had nobody on social media, no books published, no music published, nothing. So once I started working on my vision map and what I see me doing and what I want to accomplish, it changed everything. Instead of working so hard for others, I worked
Others. Yeah.
harder for myself and built something. And you've got to look at it that way. Now there may be some people here that work for others, and I've done it for 3 decades, so I'm not saying don't ever work for anybody.
Yeah.
But somehow, whether it's nights, weekends, start carving out you, your vision, your life, your purpose. What are
I
you going to
love
do?
it.
And if you can spend some time on that, you're
Yeah.
going to feel a lot happier and you're going to start moving somewhere. Your whole life can start moving somewhere. There's people out there, Vinny, I've been there. What, calculating my paycheck. I've got to pay this bill and pay this
Hmm.
bill and pay this bill and how much I have left. I've been there. I know what that's
Yeah.
like. It doesn't feel
Totally.
good.
Yeah.
And I never
Yeah.
and I never back then had to let's go create my life and my vision and what I see. I didn't have it then. I didn't have it until I started podcasting and it just changed everything. It's that important.
So true. And Tony, the other thing which you just mentioned with the AI, how fast it's catching on. I
Oh
had big
man.
discussion yesterday, my tomorrow show, Winnie and Bo's show, we are discussing that so many people will be out of job in the next 5 years. They are doing layoffs. Robotics are taking over. AI is getting more productivity into the marketplace, into every company. So there'll be so many layoffs, but the people who will survive will be the ones who have their own businesses or who have some small franchises or they have something to call it like real estate. I've been in real estate for 40 years. The key thing is if you have streams of income that are coming to you by investing in some hard product, you're not W2 person. If you are, a lot of people are, but you got to start putting your eggs in other baskets so that you could
Yes.
start getting the cash flows coming in to survive and to live. So AI is going to bring lots more. I think I did a deep dive into it yesterday. 65 million jobs will be lost. 65 million. Wow. But 91 million will be brought back in. But there will be disruption, and that's where people will be then going from one place to next place as the robots take over. It's a big discussion.
So,
We could do so much. Yeah,
Vinny,
yeah.
there is so much I want to say about AI
Mhm.
that we could do a series.
Yes, it's
Some
amazing.
years back, I interviewed the foremost authority on artificial intelligence in the world. I
Wow.
had a billionaire. I had him on my show. We went over
Yeah,
AI very thoroughly years ago.
yeah.
And in this, fast forward this past year, the past 6 months, more of my shows have been on AI than anything else. I've learned
Wow.
from people that
Yeah.
are astounding on AI. And I can tell you so
Mm.
much about AI because I speak to the people that have created businesses with it. And I can tell you,
Yeah.
here's a good example. So don't be afraid of AI. Embrace it. Let me explain that. This is not just
Yes.
words.
Yes.
It's not just words,
Yes.
folks. I'm using AI myself, more AI than I ever thought. AI is so it does the search for me. When you hire a consultant or a coach or a mentor or a marketing guy, you're hiring experience. I can get that
Yeah.
from AI. But wait, just wait. I can and I do. I created a music album that I never thought I could, and I'm marketing it using AI advice. Do this. I wouldn't have known these things. I would have had to
Yep.
spend thousands of dollars to hire a marketing guy. Go put it
Yeah.
here, go put it here, go write this. I didn't know these things. AI has helped
Totally.
speed me up so much that
Yes.
not only am I
Yes.
using AI more, but I've hired more people to help me do things because I'm using AI more. Think about that.
I
AR,
love that. Yeah.
I don't believe AI, I could be me. I don't believe that it's getting rid of jobs or people. It will never get
No,
rid of people. That's a
it will.
fact. That's already said.
So true.
Real
Mhm.
estate, let's just pick real estate. AI
Mhm.
cannot build my building. It can't buy
No.
my property.
Yeah.
It can't invest in. It can't do that. It can advise us, say, based on statistics and based on this and based
Totally.
on that. It can give me great advice so that I know where to invest. AI is going to help
Yes.
me spend more money, invest more money, and as a result, I can build more things. And the people that I hire to build will use AI, pull out the plans, pull out
Faster.
this.
Yeah. They will be
So
able to do
we'll
much
use
faster.
so
Yeah.
I am one person probably against the whole world where I say the opposite of AI.
No, I totally agree with you
Embrace it because it's
because
going to give you more business, folks.
yes, 100%. I interviewed yesterday Damien Lupo, who is an authority in USA about EQRP, the 401k plans. He was the inventor of EQRP. Now he's got Frame Tech, a company in Arizona, which is AI-driven robots cutting the whole house, single family home in his factory, and they assemble the house in one day. The whole house is built in one day. It's
Amazing.
mind blowing what's happening because AI technology is cutting all the pressurized wood. The wood is also resin in it and it's pressurized. It can hold 4 times more weight than the regular planks and everything. And then I have a partner of mine in Dallas who has built the same AI structure with galvanized steel. So there you could cut everything pieces, and then the houses and the hotels, they are being built so fast with AI technology and putting it into good use. So there is so much we could do, really, Tony. It's
It
been
is.
such a pleasure, such a pleasure. What would you last? This interview went about 40 minutes, but what would you like to leave with some good nuggets for the audience? And how can people reach you? Yes.
I have lots of nuggets. All free, no charge. You can find me at tonydurso.com. Tonydurso.com. Get my newsletter. You can read about my life. You can get my books there. You can find out about my music. You can get my podcasts that have been like for 11 years. I think it's been 11 years now podcasting.
Wow.
And it's the place where you can find me. And I'm
Yes.
all over social media. But you wanted me to tell you, what was it that you were asking?
Like anything
Like
last,
nuggets?
yeah, nuggets and anything you'd like to share as we wrap up our conversation. And we
I don't
should
know.
get together again. It'll be
We should,
wonderful.
because what I'd like to do is find out where people are at today and what
Mhm.
they have questions with, because I could start giving you nuggets, and it may
Yeah,
not be anything of what they're doing, but I'll tell you the one thing, and it's the easiest mistake to make. It's the
yeah.
biggest mistake to make, but it's just so easy. Everybody makes it. And that is put yourself everywhere. What do you mean?
Hmm.
What do you mean by that, Tony? There's 23,658 social media platforms out there. I'm just making up the number. Can you really be on those? Huh? You're going to be on 23,000 different social media platforms. There's a point where you're on too many.
Yeah.
Pick where, this is very important. Pick, you should be on LinkedIn for sure and follow me
Yes.
on LinkedIn, but pick your biggest social media platform, your
Yep.
biggest.
Hmm.
Work that, stay there, live there. I don't care if it's Facebook or Twitter and people go, "Oh, you shouldn't be there anymore. You got to be on this one with
Hmm.
this other one." Pick where you're big at and grow that. Come on, guys, because if you're selling something or you're looking for notoriety or you're looking for exposure or promotion, pick where you're the biggest and grow that because you're already the biggest there. I've got platforms that I'm 100,000 followers. That's where I live.
Yes.
That's where I reside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go to the other ones, and believe me, I've tried them. You,
Mm.
all you're doing now is working somebody else's platform for them. So
Yes.
so
Yes.
go
Yes.
where go where you live and the
Nice. Very
biggest
nice.
and grow that for whatever you're doing because that's where the people are following you. So don't leave your
Totally. Totally.
followers.
I love it. And also, I'd like to talk to my audience. The key thing is branding is so important because nowadays, with AI, with Google search, everything, investors, lenders, anybody, I mean, whoever wants to work with you, they're going to look at your LinkedIn profile. They're going to find out who you are, and they're going to make decisions whether they should do business or not. So I think that's what we are talking about with Tony being such a big specialist in podcasting. Please get yourself out there because you may have the right product. You may be the number one, but if nobody knows about it, what good is it? So that's what we had discussion this
Yeah.
morning.
And
Abundance mindset. Yeah,
I
you
want to
know?
say one thing that you mentioned early on, and we never talked
Yes,
about it in closing.
yes,
You talked about being a servant, and I talked about
yes,
there's a point where
yes,
you have enough. There's people out there that we don't see, and there's a lot of people, and they need help, and it just happens. So there's got to be a point where just to help some other people, not because you
yes,
want something back, but just because it's the right thing to do, and it's going to
totally.
help you quite a bit. And we do that, and it's very rewarding to just help someone. I didn't ask for anything, I didn't sell anything, I didn't say nothing,
Yeah,
just here you go. And it's
yeah.
such a good feeling. So you
Mhm.
got to include that because you cannot live your life. Right now, I've got my hands and my fists clenched to my chest. You can't live your life with everything there and never giving. You just can't. It
So
won't
true,
work. Got to give
so
some,
true.
you got to give out. So there are people out there that need help. They might need advice. They could be hungry. They
Yes.
could need some
Mhm.
medical care. They could need some new clothes. They could just need a mentor.
Yeah.
Make yourself available to help some people. It's
I
really going to
love it.
change things. And check out
I
my
love
music, which
it.
you'll see on my website.
Yes,
It's really
please.
it's inspirational.
Please tell us about that. I know I was going to leave it towards the end. You just
There's
brought it
um
out.
there's
Yeah.
um there's an album I didn't expect before 2025 to create an album. I released it December 11th. But I
Mhm.
wrote a song. All these are original compositions of mine. I wrote a song about a guy who's down on his luck, doesn't have a job. And there's a music video on it, which I have.
Ah.
And he's walking by a bus stop and he doesn't know what to do. He's really down on
Ah.
his luck. And he
Wow.
sees this thing shining and glimmering on the ground. He picks it up and it's a dime. Now, in the
Wow.
United States, every single currency, paper and metal, has four words on it. And those words are "In God We Trust." And he's looking at that
Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
gives him a spark. It gives him
Mhm.
inspiration. It's like this little itsy, the dime in the United States is the smallest coin we have. It's smaller than a
Mhm.
penny. It's itsy bitsy. And on this little itsy bitsy little piece of metal is these four
Mhm.
words called "In God We Trust."
Yes.
And he gets inspired and he clenches
Ah.
it and he gets on the bus because he was walking by the bus stop and he tells the driver he's got no money. He's got nothing. And he's clenching that dime that says, "In God We Trust."
Mhm.
And he asks the bus driver if he could take a ride downtown. The bus driver says, "Oh, go ahead."
Yeah.
Guy's going,
Ah.
"In God We Trust." And then he goes and finds a diner and it's really busy. It's crowded.
Ah.
And he goes and
Ah.
finds the owner and this is the song. I wrote it. And he asks the owner,
Mm.
"Can I help you? Can I help you? You've
Ah.
got lots of people." And the owner says, "If you try, you can stay." And
Oh.
he's
Wow.
clenching that coin, "In God We Trust." And you got to hear the song.
Oh my God.
It's on Spotify and Apple and YouTube.
We
It's everywhere. And there's
we're
a
gonna
music, yeah.
we are
But
going
it's
to. I'm going to.
very,
Yeah.
very inspiring. Two
Mhm.
or three people so far that I know of have cried listening to that song.
Wow.
For real.
Wow.
It's a real
Kudos to
inspiration.
you.
You got to
Kudos
check
to
it
you,
out, Vinny.
brother.
Vinny, when we're
We
done,
will.
go to my
Yes,
music page and
I
listen to
will.
that.
Everybody, I'm going to ask all the audience, please go and check it out. You bet. It's going to be fabulous because that's the key to success is to really help everybody and also think how you can do things differently. It's a 2026. Come on. Don't keep the old habits because old habits just bring new spunk in life. And that's the beauty. I just want to share the last nugget I shared with my gentleman's monthly luncheon yesterday. We found out the movie tickets have gone to 17.95, 19.95 in the theaters, right? But on Tuesday nights, some of the theaters do only $7.95 or $10. And it's something that we have started after 45 years of marriage. My wife and I are going now as a date and watching the movie on Tuesday night and have a dinner outside and have fun and so forth. So I'll encourage you all to look into that with your significant other or your partner or like that. Bring some stuff back in your life and it's going to be great. See you next time. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much for
watching.
having me
Thank
on.
you, Tony. Thank you. It's such a pleasure. You are amazing. And we'll get together again. Thank you so much, Tony. You take care. Huh? Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dear friends, Vinney Chopra, I hope you're liking the episode in my podcast and also videos that you put out and all the books that I've written and so forth like that. But please remember, it's for educational entertainment purposes only. We don't give any financial advice or legal advice at all. I'm not a CPA or an attorney. But please give us 5-star reviews so that we can get great guests on our shows. I've been doing Abundance Mindset Show 9 a.m. Pacific on Thursdays, Vinney and Bo Show 9 a.m. Fridays, every Friday right there with Vinney and Bo Show, and then podcasts and the video clippings and all that, and writing books and giving my seminars and teaching my mastermind to really excel in this business. And now the hospitality has been really tremendous because I've done some home runs and I've learned so much that I'm in it for a long haul. Talk to you again. Thank you.